Oh, wrong camera. Jeez. Thought I'd be a bit more in tune after having streamed recently. Welcome to the stream, live stream 149. And I've got a Fixation Obsession beer in front of me, which is kind of funny because don't fixation and obsession mean the same thing? So are the brewers of this beer like obsessed with the naming of this beer? Kind of meta. Um, anyway, cheers. Mm. As I spill the beer over me, that's a good start. So the rig in front of me, uh, which is this one. So I've got some pretty generic, I think it's 3600 A2 B die because my Royals died and I still haven't managed to RMA them. Well, rather, why is it so echoey in here for some reason? Ah, I know why. All right, there we go. Wasn't just my imagination. I still have my speakers on, and then you get feedback from the mic into the speakers because they're both connected to the same system. All right, so yeah, pretty generic A2, but it will be good enough for what we're trying to do today. My Crosshair 8 Hero because sadly my Unify X died. Little Green Alien, which is very important. The current gen T-Rex, which is side mounted, which previous T-Rex you kind of had to 45-degree mount it because it didn't have mounting for aim4, but this one does, which caused problems on 2 dimmer boards. But this is a 4 dimmer, so it should be all good. I've got the KPE heater on there, which I should turn on or connect rather. It's on a secondary PSU, which is the smart way of doing things in terms of fans and heaters and things. You don't want the heater to continually click on and click off as the main system clicks on and clicks off. That's kind of it. EVGA 1600 power supply, just display out card obviously, and we'll see how we go. I'm not using the ceiling fan for extracting the fumes because it's winter and it's cold, so I'll see how I go with just this Noctuon here. I have the system booted actually. Who have we got in chat? I saw a few people earlier. We've got Yi. Welcome, Yi. And a lot of random people that I don't know, but that's good. Welcome to all of you. This is a midweek stream, so it's all good. This is kind of what I was expecting. Okay, so I booted 2033 FCLK. This is the better chip. I'm still feeling a bit echoey, but I'll have to just deal with it. I have 2 chips. This has the better VID. I haven't airbinned them or anything, but this also does really good FCLK air. On the 4 dimmer, you're kind of limited in a sense a little bit. It's kind of it. I should probably just reboot the system. Well, shut down the system, flick on the LN2 mode, and go to town. Basically, that's all there is to be done, really. And obviously, pour a bit of LN2 into some thermoses. I think yeah, so the echo is because I had the door open, but it's a bit of a trade-off because door open means LN2 fumes escape, which is good in lieu of having a window open, which it's really cold. So I kind of want to avoid that. So I might keep the door open for a while, and then at a certain point, keep the door closed for a while, and at a certain point, open it again. Hey Hawthorne, welcome to the stream. First time viewers, so welcome. On all of my streams, the way to just figure out what hardware I'm running is you're welcome to ask me obviously, but !rig will always give you the right hardware for that particular stream. So not sure what's going on. There's really no such thing as a bad mount on AMD, but BIOS is showing 44 plus and Temprobe is showing plus 10. So just keeping a bit of an eye on that. Also, let's double check. Hey, Paul. Double check that the heater's on. One of the cardinal sins of LN2 benching is forgetting to either plug in the heater or turn on the heater, or maybe even turning it on too early if it's a really hot heater, or not checking periodically while you're running that it's still on, because I've had the heaters kind of click off. I won't say on their own, but you know, it seems like on their own. Hey Vinster, yeah, thanks. So yeah, I run. Well, obviously not with this shit in front of me, but so I run. I may as well just go into this while I'm cooling down a little bit. I'm not the best in terms of like lighting and that kind of stuff, but I run good hardware. So I run 2 GH5s, so micro four thirds cameras. I can run 3 or 4, but today I'm just running 2 with pretty good lenses. Into like a quad HDMI capture card. That's kind of the summary of the situation. I think exclamation point stream rig gives you a not as up to date, like a reasonably up to date kit.co link with my stuff. Yeah, so I run a separate single input HDMI capture card for the rig. Which is a what's it called again? Damn it! I'll have to look at the list myself. It's like a sort of a semi-pro type manufacturer. Not Black Magic. Is it Black Magic? Damn it! Okay, let's look at the list together because I clearly can't remember the fucking gear that I'm running. Yeah. Okay. So the mic is like a vocal mic. I don't know if I'm really running it correctly, but it's good hardware. It's similar to the cameras. It's like it's good hardware, but I don't know if I'm sort of like placing it correctly and setting the right levels and stuff. So the Lawa 18 is what I'm using for the face cam, and then I have 2 GH5s. Where's the other? I've gotten rid of some of this stuff actually. I think I'm using the 25 Panasonic 25 on the rig cam. I should get rid of some of this stuff. I'm not really running the G7 anymore, so some of this is outdated. I should set a sort of reminder to update this list. Yeah, so the Steinberg audio interface for to run the XLR mic into. Then the Blackmagic, yeah, Magewell. That's what I couldn't think of. So the Magewell is like a pretty good capture card. It's good for like resolution switching and stuff. Yeah, so this is all outdated. And then the quad for the the cameras. So the Major Well for the actual display input, and the Black Magic for the cameras. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm using like a desk lamp for lighting, so like I said, my lighting isn't great, but I'm fortunate enough to have good enough internet to max out the bitrate on Twitch at 6,000 kilobits, 5 megabits, or 6 megabits. And obviously run like uncompressed HDMI 4K 30 frames a second into the capture cards. 4K 30. So what was the reason behind that? So 4K just because that's like the highest resolution that the camera supports. 30 because the stream is in 30. Yeah, so I at some previous point I messed around with 24. So 60 is tough. Like 10. So anything above 1080p is like suicide on Twitch because the limit for bitrate is 6 megabits. So you got to go 1080p or below. Like 1080p, like what's the other one? 920 or 960 or 720. Like those are the three like major options. And then in terms of frame rate, like 60, it's just too smooth. Like, and it's like basically wasting for like, this is low movement, right? Like it's just a person in front of a camera talking and then some clicking around on a screen. So it's not a game. So like the 60, you don't get the benefit of the 60, but you get the drawback of the 60 because it's gonna not exactly use twice the bandwidth, but you're basically like, you're not having the quality, but you're like impacting the quality by you having twice as many frames when you don't really need them. So like 24 was a bit choppy. So basically, like, yeah, I didn't. To cut a long story short, source for the two cameras is 4K 30. So source for the stream rig is obviously 1080p 60 because like 60 is like the standard sort of display res for like Windows, and then it kind of gets chopped down. Like the cameras get chopped down from 4K 30 to 1080p 30. So you're keeping the frame rate but reducing the well, I mean the overall stream is 1080p. So like when the face cam is like maximized, yeah, that's like 4K being produced down into 1080. But obviously when you're on this view, it's like less than that. But yeah, so 4K 30 into 1080p 30, and then display just 1080p 60 into 1080p 30, which is pretty clean too because you're just throwing away every second frame. Okay, that was me getting sidetracked, but I like this techie kind of stuff, so sounds great. Okay, cool. Good to hear. All right, okay, so we are at minus 20. What else do we even need? We should probably be setting like some LLCs and why is there so little space in front of me? I keep forgetting how big these thermoses are. Is that okay? Okay, we'll see if that's okay. Okay, so obviously sync FCLK, performance boost off. Okay, we'll try to set some non-embarrassing timings. And these two always 4:4, FOSS 16. Why am I looking at the stream instead of looking at the actual display out? Oh, and the other thing is I have a quad like a quad input HDMI matrix type thing. So because my because my capture card doesn't have pass through and I want an actual screen in front of me instead of looking at the stream, I have like one of these matrix boxes where you can put an input in and then have it duplicated up to 4 times. So I duplicate it twice, once to go to be captured and once to go out to my Acer 240 Hertz benching screen. All this stuff, I mean, it impacts performance, but not as much as you might think. And why is this slow? This is, okay, something's going on. Let's go. LC4 is usually a good one to go 200. I don't think sock sometimes is never mind. We go 1.4 on this one. Why is this? Okay, LN2 went on. Let's drop it down one. I think the high FCLK is somehow making it really slow. And I just moved from Gigabyte, so I'm trying to resist hitting F3 and F4 to save and load profiles. Okay, that should boot now. Still a 20 degree delta between bias and. Whoa. Okay, well, spilling a lot of stuff today. On 2 beer. Okay, so we're booted up. I mean, there's nothing really all that exciting to do except pour. And check that Turbo V is working. Check that CPZ is working. Check that the bench opens. I thought I'd do GPU Pi. Oh, and if it's not obvious, the reason I'm bidding this chip or this SKU is because there's tons of points on the 5600X, and I've never actually owned one before. So the 70 pointers, 62 pointers. Where's our GPU Pi's? Oh, it's only a 35 pointer. Okay, but it could be a good, like just a good benchmark to try and hit. What batch reduction? 2M128 and Intel OpenCL. So at around -50, I like to give it a little bit of a glaze. And why did it reboot? Well, I wasn't even paying attention. I don't know why the torch was having so much difficulty there. Maybe just some fumes lingering in the pot, because the can on it is very new. It's also a very good torch head. Why am I ever so slightly out of frame? I need to like slouch in my chair a bit. Okay, so hopefully no random reboot this time. We're still at like -50. Okay, so new Twitch name. So you must have made a new Twitch account, right? Like I thought. Is there such a thing as renaming a Twitch account? I guess you had to make a new Twitch account. I thought maybe if you rename the account, it wouldn't have recognized you as a new chatter. Anyway, so many questions today, and we haven't even started benching yet. Okay, but it still made you odd. Like the logic there doesn't seems a bit flawed. How it doesn't go by like account, like unique identifier or whatever. It seems to go by account name, which is a bit lame if people are constantly renaming themselves. Yeah, okay, so I should have probably set my RC, but anyway, next crash I'll set my RC so it doesn't look totally embarrassing on screenshots. See, it mentions this in the XOC guide for this board that you might get random reboots, but I've never actually experienced it with any of my chips, so this is totally new. As long as it keeps rebooting and keeps doing okay, like coming back into Windows, I don't really care. As I spill more onto. Okay, that's definitely starting to become a problem. I mean, first things first. Let's just give it a little bit more sock. I was joking in like an Overclockers group chat that because everyone's talking about AI these days, I was joking that there's no real uses for AI. We have to come up with uses for AI. It's all just bullshit. And I was like, I'd love if AI could mash the delete button at the exact millisecond that the board requires you to do it to get into bias. That would actually be useful. All right, waiting for. Okay, so system is up, but no mouse. Okay. Interesting. Well, obviously the thing to do is club the F clock. Drop the F clock. I'll just go one strap and see what happens. This seems very warm to start to have F clock issues. I can never do the maths. One strap down equals one strap down. So let's try that. Minus 120 to start having F clock issues. I don't think so. Okay, but it's like it's still cleanly coming up. It's not totally screwed. I don't believe I've done any 5th gen benching at all on stream really cold. Oh, I lost. Yeah, just constant reboots. Hey, Quick Mew, how are you doing? I mean, I might have done APU, so I might have done like 5300G. Okay, let's punch in or CCD and IOD manually. What was it again? 1 point. Ugh, okay, let me go to the thread. What's the canonical Colbug kilovolts? I think it's 1.15 CCD, 0.9 IOD, but I don't want to get it wrong. And it's on the first page of the thread. Okay, so it's 1.20, 0.9. Okay. There's no excuse for getting it wrong. It's right there in the thread. Might need to warm it up a bit. Yeah, okay. on the Intel Asus XOC boards, the retry button is white, so it's easy to see it. But here, for some reason, it's right next to the safe boot button, which doesn't work at all in LN2 and will just set you back. And it's the same color, it's black as well. C807 over and over again. Let's do already at minus 35, so I don't know what the big deal is. Maybe it's time for a sleepy crosshair emote in the chat. Come on. Okay, I'll load the same thing up again. But I'll go 1900 FCLK. Okay, it just legit doesn't like those volts. Okay, I'll just auto them again and see if how we're tracking at 1900 FCLK. So I had high hopes for this chip, just based on vid. The vid is very good. It's below 1.2. I thought that maybe it just wouldn't scale on cold. I sort of didn't expect weird like issues like this. What is the PCH getting? Not a concern. I've had like 6-hour sessions on cold with not even with a fan next to it. So in summer, it's winter now in Australia. So all right, let's just auto these again. There's something a bit weird going on. Remember, this is not X670 where like the PCH needs active cooling because of all the like storage lanes and shit or whatever. There's not much in there. Ryzen is an SoC. Like, what's really in the PCH? Like, can you name one thing that's in the PCH? I mean, there's lots of like trivial shit like USB controllers or whatever, but nothing really all that exciting. Okay, so minus 25, we're in OS. Let's give it a nice pour and see how it behaves. Whoa, what the hell? That's really like unexpected. Okay, I think at this point what I need to do is I need to drop to the sort of safe FCLK of 1600 and go desync RAM. Oh, I think isn't sometimes timings interfere with this stuff. So let's go C14. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, let's try 2000 F clock again at C14. What's this bozo running? I forgot that timings. There's like a timings, and let's like a timings cool bug sometimes. Falls good RC 29. Yeah, let's try that. I keep like Ryzen is like a fascinating thing because I feel like I have pretty good knowledge on every generation, but sometimes I just don't have enough of a particular generation. Like I keep sort of mixing it up. Like 2000 RAM at CL12 would totally work on second gen, but not on third and fifth gen. It might even work on first gen. It's just, well, nah, that's maybe being a bit fanciful, but if it were to not work on first gen, the reason wouldn't be cold issues. It would be that the IMC just in general wouldn't be good enough. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I sort of remember that from my last cold session. Oh, I need more Ellen. Need more Ellen too. Crashed again. Okay, sorry, we've got a bot. Let me ban that bot. Don't click on that link in case it isn't obvious. I do allow links in chat, but that means people need to be maybe a bit more careful than your average Twitch stream. Okay. Minus 90, still running. Okay. At this point, I'm gonna play it a bit safe and load the kind of canned LN2 profile and see how we go with that. Just have a quick look what it sets. 1400 FCLK. Yeah, it's super safe. I mean, I'm not dropping Ravels. What does it do? So same PLL, but it does explicitly set IOD and CCD. Let's boot. See, it never hang, like, well, I had a 0.7 hang, but it never really hangs on boot. It just reboots in OS. Yeah, if I can full pot on the, I don't want to jinx myself. It's hanging at post. Oh no, it's CPU fan error. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why they would bake an LN2 profile and into this bloody BIOS and not turn off fan detection bullshit. I don't get it. What else do they not turn off? I think onboard devices. Yeah, who needs an audio controller on LN2? Tell me that. Can you explain that to me, please? You're hard coding an LN2 profile into a bias for eternity. You might have people benching this in 20 years time and still loading up that profile, and it has F1 halt on F1 for missing fan, CPU fan baked into it. How brain dead is that, Azus? Okay, we're in OS. I won't comment any further than that because we've been here before. Are we really at 1600 FCLK? I think it's even 1400, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. We can core bin and do valids, and then you know, pull down a second time and stuff. Minus 130. I may as well show the pot view. Minus 140. I'll give it 1.7 V-core. Just sometimes I get a bit paranoid about, like, maybe you hit a cold bug just at the very end simply because you don't have V-core in it applied. So I just want to avoid that kind of situation. I think it's pretty rare, but you know, can't hurt, right? Minus 150 as per the probe. Still have a running system. Okay. I think my probe is a bit low, so it's showing full pot at minus 184, but that's fine. I'm definitely full pot just from the sound of things and the fact that there's LN2 still in the pot. It's not bubbling off. So yeah, I have to remember to reattach the probe correctly next time. So we're full pot, we still have an OS running. 1.7, let's do a 5G 100M run. I mean, the memory is going to be laughable, but I mean, it's not really going to matter. We just want to see multi-core performance on this. 1.9 batch 10. I'll save it, just, you know, sometimes sessions go pear-shaped quickly and I like to have just one result, however bad it might be. What's our telemetry showing? 0 degrees, so that's good. No crack, not that that's likely or anything, but just keeping parameters sort of just in check. Okay, 5.5 next. It's applied. What's even the target? The target is 3.1, so we're not like insanely off. Like, it's not like the dropped F clock and bad RAM isn't hurting this bench, which is what I expected. That's kind of the reason I picked it, because I just wanted to bin. I didn't want to fight a bench. So that's a 3.4. Yeah, I mean, I'll do one 200 megahertz step up to 5.7, but then I'll do 100 megahertz steps or even smaller. Probe is settled into showing minus 188 actually, which isn't too bad. It's like It looked really loose early, but now it's kind of like not that loose. What's Ale? Do we have? Yeah, he's at 1.7 as well. Okay, that might literally just be the end game voltage, but obviously that can be optimized later as well. So 300 milliseconds off. So 10%. What's 10%? 570 megahertz. So yeah, okay. So the efficiency is off by like 200, but that's fine. It's not to get first. It's to figure out what the chip can do easily. Let's say. I mean, there's obviously per core clocking and stuff that you can involve yourself in. Let's put it that way. 5.8. I mean, this generation is really interesting because it's almost like, I mean, never say never, right? Like if you have like a really bad Ryzen 5 or something, like 3600 or something, then you'll struggle. But like, it's almost like every chip does 5.8. Almost every chip does 5.9. Well, not the high core count ones, because then you have like thermal considerations and stuff. But let's say on a 6 core, almost every chip does 5.9. But then, like, what's the expression? Like, shit, what's the English version? How am I thinking of the German version of this expression, but not the English one? I think quick mu, you're German, right? What's it called? Das Spreu trennt sich vom Weizen, or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's like it's separate. Oh, one way of putting it in English is like the 5.9 to 6 region. It separates the men from the boys. Like suddenly you have so many chips that conk out at 5.925, 5.95, 5.975. 6 is, I wouldn't say 6 is rare, but it's like certainly not to be expected all the time. Like during CC, there was a stage, all Ryzen 5s, DDR4 only, so it was like 5600X, 5600 non-X, 5500. So I can't remember now, but it was something like that. And sorry, that beer is it's pretty good. It's also pretty gassy. Let's go 50 megahertz steps. Like yeah, there a lot of chips like only did 5.8, which is, I mean, it's probably still above average, but okay. So that's 595. I hope I'm right there, quick mu. I hope I didn't accidentally make you German, but I thought you have a German flag in your Harrobot profile. Okay. Is it really already time for the big 6.0? Okay. So we are 80 milliseconds behind someone who's 100 megahertz ahead of us. That's almost like, it seems like, I mean, efficiency definitely isn't the same, but it's like close. I should maybe start using like slow mode and stuff. Is the slow mode even working here? It's it can be like a per OS type thing. Oh, it's, am I blind? Where's slow mode? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, not working. Disable in BIOS or just an issue with the OS. Fair enough. Sometimes that happens. Well, save that to save me from having to, not 32B. Kind of running out of LN2 again, but let's do this run. Okay, 6.05 is passing. That only gave us, we were 80 behind, that only gave us like 20 milliseconds. Okay, so we're definitely, I mean, I didn't expect to get first just like right off the bat, but it's now sort of clear that it's unlikely that we get there, which is not a surprise at 1400 FCLK. Okay, maybe one more run. As you know, I'm greedy. Whoa, okay, 18 milliseconds behind. Okay, now let's do 25 megahertz steps. Nice. Nice. Let's do it. Let's go. Hype. All right. Still got juice. Okay, so that got slower for some reason. That got, unless I'm imagining things, I have so many results on here. This is a dirty OS. 3.108. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe we need a relaunch of the bench, but we did pass it, so I'll take this opportunity to go up another ratio. All right, that didn't work. Can we try? Can we change memory timings while full pot? Let's see. 2x8. What we want is 2x8. $1.8. That'll be a reasonable profile, right? I don't like how it sets 13s though. I want 14s. And did it reset the manual? Okay. Let's reload, or no, let's reload the actual profile will be built off of that LN2 profile. 1.35 stock is enough. Okay, cool. So that was cool. We'll have to set a manual. So 14, 14, 14. Auto. 16. Ugh. This needs to be 14 as well. Maybe do 35 here. 42. And let's go. Let's keep gear down on command 1. See if it trains that while I get my LN2. Okay, I'll probably save it as well. That was super smooth, so let's save that. Hey Chaotic Gamer 97 and you're a bot. Please don't click the link, guys. I'm sure, is there like a Twitch plugin or something to get rid of bots? I mean, it doesn't happen that often, but whatever. Okay, let's save that. Let's give it a more meaningful name now that we know that it full pots. There we go. That's nice and descriptive. I should do 1600, right? And then let's do, if we're gonna desync the RAM, we may as well go 4000 there. Okay, 0D is a cold bug code, which is not really surprising given we're full pot. So let's sort her up a bit. Alright, let's just grab that LN2 and let it warm up naturally. Okay, that looks like a post. -140. So we're definitely not back in the same issue zone we had previously. I don't want to jinx it, but it should go back to full pot. Probably did jinx it. Okay, we've got our 1600 F clock. We've got our 2000 RAM. All as expected and predicted. And did I change anything? Okay, let's just not be paranoid and build a new profile in case any of the sub voltages advertently or inadvertently changed and reloading the profile fucks something. Boom. Let's give it a nice dose. Done any LN2 benching recently, Paul? Or is it dice that you do? I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay, 6G flat should be reasonably safe. Let's do a like sanity run. And compare to our previous. So 3.154 in comparison to, so much stuff in here. 3.154. So let's pick the closest run. So here we've got a 3.155. Okay, so we've basically gained 50 megahertz of efficiency. Very nice. Okay, so now let's jack it up again. But it is it does fluctuate, right? Like it's a bit streaky, this bench, because it's so short. Okay, so 22 milliseconds off. 6 milliseconds off. Okay, but we lost clocks, which is fine. That's kind of expected. All right, there's a few. Okay, nice. Looks like a. No, I was saying we might get a full pot reboot, but we weren't so lucky. I must be mixing you up with someone. So, wasn't there some sort of record that you took on Skylake X? On cold? I don't know. I must be mixing you up with someone. Okay, let's sort up. Okay, so in summary, relaxed F clock and timings. Add 1.7 V core, 4 out of 5 LLC. 6.15 failed, 6.125 passed. With the better F clock and timings, 6.1 passed, but 6.125 failed. So 25 megahertz isn't that much. We can certainly give it a bit more V core, and we can do reruns at 6.1 and just try and nail it that way. Yeah, I mean 150 or so roughly CBB. Let me note that down actually. Okay, let's go full pot again. Sometimes higher V-core can give you a worse GPU Pi score though, because it increases the heat and yeah, okay. I mean, okay. Let's just rerun 61 at 1.75 V-core and make sure we haven't lost anything obvious. So what's his batch 10? His batch 10 is 1.545. 1.552. Okay, let's give it. Usually, run 2 can be quite a bit faster, so let's give it a rerun. 2 milliseconds off, 6 at the end. This is an overall best, right? I should probably be saving this. Let's do by date. That's messed up too. Yeah, it's like 12 milliseconds faster or something. So let's save that. GPU Pi likes high vCore though for higher megahertz. Okay, well, don't tell anyone. But there's also this tweak. Hold on, no, how does it go? Yeah, I think you can still focus. How does it go again? Yeah, just off screen the render window and wait for it to finish. Because the OK pops up and then you can relocate. Boom! First place with a super special tweak. Now everyone's gonna start doing that. It's more of a 100M thing though. It's not. I don't think like on 1B it's gonna give you much. It sort of harkens back to SuperPi 1M, right? Also, thanks, Winster. Okay, so that's saved. Now we've got what's the more substantial bench to sort of optimize for, which is the 1B. Well, it's less than a minute still, so that's good. Let's see if we can do 6.1 flat because he only did 6094 apparently. Let's have a quick look. Same setup, same OCL. Okay. I think we're good to go for an initial run and just compare the loops. Okay, so we're watching out for a 1.822 batch 1. Oh, nice, 5 milliseconds ahead. Okay, so the entire run is ahead, so now we just need a pass. Just. What's his batch 10? It's a 26129. Ooh, we've fallen behind. Still let it finish, obviously, and just save the score. Any hope left? Maybe it's close. 279, so 16 milliseconds behind. We'll just try for a sneaky plus 25 megahertz and see how it goes. There's obviously plenty of options. There's B clock, there's all kinds of things that you can do. Let's save this one first. Well, it's not an insta fail, so that's good. That means the chip likes the extra vCore. Okay. Quite a bit ahead, but not massively so. So, okay, now it's like, yeah, 60 milliseconds. So yeah, if it finishes, it should be first. I mean, it's no surprise, right? Like, we're really close. There's just that efficiency gap, which is obvious if you're 400 F clock down. $52.09. Okay, another gold. See, the funny thing is, the funny thing is, in like one of Ale's submissions, he talks about how like it took a while for him to find a good chip like this. And to be fair, I think what he means is full pot at 2000 plus F clock. Maybe not necessarily the cores themselves. But it's, I just find it funny that I bought 2 chips, including this one, and this is the first chip I ever bought. And it's just like instant GG, right? Like it's just effortlessly getting first. Do I want to build a sandbag? I think I do. I think I want to just see, like, I want to see a hard fail, basically. I mean, I don't want to see it, but it feels like that's what's necessary, you know? There's a difference. Of course, I want the chip to just keep scaling and just go on and on. Okay, well, that's kind of fair. That's kind of expected. I don't. Yeah, let's get LN2. Maybe we're not quite at the getting LN2 stage, but the pot is quite full. So let's take the opportunity to see what else may be realistic. I'm not a massive Cinebench 20 fan. Let's try 11.5. I think is fun. 6032. Probably gonna be harder than it looks. Ooh, on win 11. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, but we gotta try it. Making it look too easy. Well, it's a good chip. It's just a good chip. That's all there is to it, really. No, that's gotta burn off. See, the problem with these kind of situations is it makes me feel like I want to get another beer, but I've got to work tomorrow, so maybe it's story time. So this hoodie I bought in the town of Rachel, Nevada, which is where how can you see it? Oh, here. Get another beer. Okay, if chat tells me to get another beer, I think I'll get another beer. I'm kind of chickening out a little bit though, because is this Steam Ale, which is an organic beer, which is I think only 4.5%, something like that. Yeah, 4.5%. But cheers anyway. Spicer 7800X. That's the 8-core X299 CPU, right? Why on earth would anyone want to LN2 that thing? That's just so much pain. Ooh. You know, I can always grab off the stream, but I may as well get a nice rig pick while I'm waiting for all that stuff to boil off. Okay. Because Paul and I run it. Doesn't that mean there's less reason for me to add into it? Okay, so it's more of a minus 160. I'll keep that in mind. Save some LN2 and some Zorching. Minus 160. Oh, it's already bringing into us. Okay, let's do an initial run of R11.5. Okay, it's always dumb because the 32-bit version is in the launcher, even though no one uses it because it scores worse. I'll do a high run first, just because I can see the progress, but real time is usually pretty much mandatory on 11.5. It loves it. Like on some platforms 15 likes it as well, but 11.5 especially just goes absolutely crazy for it. Thanks for coming to the stream, Paul. Have fun. Thanks for the good luck wishes. I need them. I always need them. It's weird. It's like I'm feeling a tiny little bit like a curse has been broken in a way, because I hardly ever get good results on stream, like to the point where I'm hesitant to run a known good chip or a presumably good chip on stream, thinking it's all going to go pear-shaped just because I'm streaming it. I'll save 11.5 profile. How is this going to go away? What are we named for? Like 30? 2922. Okay. Let's save it for reference more than anything else. Come on, CPZs, open please. Okay, it should be kind of safe to go 6050. Why did I close the CPZ before it ticked over to the actual clock that I wanted to set? Okay. It should be first if it passes, but I'll do a real-time run straight after regardless. Okay, it's not first. But it's damn close. Yeah, let's relaunch. Real time. Okay, definitely need to go get LN2 after this finishes. Okay, so this is first. So I was almost right. It's the sort of thing though, like you kind of feel like 30 flat should be kind of possible in a way. Is there a smarter way I can arrange these windows so there's less render window? Boom. That's nice. Okay, LN2 fetching time. Good thing about this platform is you don't have to wonder whether your real-time run is just stuck forever, because it'll like reboot or black screen when it fails typically. Not the tool, I want turbo. So I'm going to stay in real time and just inch it forward 25 megahertz at a time. Worse? Or am I imagining things? I think that's worse. Cinna. Okay, let's go alphabetical again. 29. Yeah, slightly worse, but it did pass. I mean, maybe 6-1 flat goes. I think on this platform 11.5 is still a little bit lighter than 15. Like there's some AMD platforms where it's the other way around, weirdly. Like AIM 3 Plus. Okay, that should be, I'm not going to say sandbag, but that's going to be enough of a initial submission to take first place. Like I would expect that Ale comes back with something. I mean, maybe not, maybe his chip is tapped out or whatever, but like I'm not going to put, well, first of all, I'm streaming, so I can never really put as much effort into things. That's just a fact. Did I save that? Yeah, okay. But other than that, no, not normal. I want high, and then I can do high off screen. But the other thing is, it's just like I feel like whatever I do in a bench, there's gonna be like a back and forth of scores. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So he ran 15 at the same as he ran 11.5. I'm still gonna do a 60-50 to start with. I feel like that's smart. I don't want to unnecessarily up and down clock and all that jazz just for no reason. And torch up and reboot and $26.07. 40 off the pace. Okay, that's substantial. Let's save it anyway. He might have done off screen, or he might have done perf bias. That's fine. I might have clocks on him though, so what's the smartest way to arrange all this? I'll do this again. let's just go up in 25 megahertz steps. Almost looks like it's stalling, like it's not progressing as quickly. Maybe I'm just used to more modern platforms, who knows. Still another 2604. Okay, I will do now that I'm seeing like a few challenges with this bench. I will do 6-1, even though I said I wouldn't because the score is worse than I expected. Okay, so 6075 is the max there. Well, I mean, I could still pump voltage, but I'll do 6075 off-screen high. Okay, now that I have a break, do I still have the 7820X? No, I don't. So the Apex was half dead. The Apex 6, the Rampage 6 Apex. The chip I sold, this was back in the days when a 7820X was actually like Global's relevant. That's many years ago. It was a good chip, but I could never get consistent results on X299. So that was like the first chip I got to cold, and I was like, oh, this is easier than I thought. It like did like 6G through X2 or something. It did 6G through something. But yeah, I sold out. The board died. I now have a dark, but I'm not really an X299 bench. I have to say, like the cold behavior is very inconsistent. Alright, since that pot still has lots in it, I'm gonna take a quick break. Be right back. What did I miss? Oh, just LN2 boiling off. Not very exciting. Okay, minus 180 still has a CBB. So what about minus 170? Yeah, I'm gonna call it more of a like minus 165 CBB. Super quick boot back into Windows though. That's pretty nice. All right. 1.75. Go straight to where we want to go. Launch Benchmate. We want high. Launch the bench. Maybe I'll try and do sort of, just for this part, I might try and do sort of more precision pours, so I'm not filling the pot up too much. I think we're good. I'll do an off-screen run. Ooh, okay. Well, I wasn't getting massive amounts of scaling from core anyway, so I can probably safely do a like loop 60-50 runs. Okay. All right, back to chat. There's no point zorching a pot that's too full. Your dark has died 3 times and revived itself 3 times. Nice. It's cold. Yeah, what I was saying. So you're never going to get past this this story, unfortunately. So the town of Rachel, Nevada, which is the setting for an X-Files episode, and it's next to Area 51. And how am I going to show the back of it? Maybe that. Hopefully that was sort of legible. Yeah, so this is the merch that I bought at the Little Ailey Inn. So play on words there, in Rachel, Nevada, which is like alien shrines slash diner slash merch store type place. And that was featured on an episode of Louis Theroux, Weird Weekends, I think, a really old episode. Let's give it some more RAM as well. You're back. Welcome back. It's like what's that what's that fairy tale, Rumpelstiltskin or something, where if you say the name they appear? So GPU Pi 100M is done, GPU Pi 1B is done, Cinebench 11.5 is done, and I believe we're currently second Cinebench 15 and just working our way up. Yeah, more like third or fourth, but okay. That's fine. Well, R15 isn't done yet. It may be harder than As my screen goes off. I was praising my HDMI splitter earlier, but not so sure anymore. Okay, let's pour. Why is it not getting signal? Weird. Come on. It's just a bloody... Okay, now we got it. So we should have the higher RAM now. That might help a little bit with score. Let's see. Always surprising how much LN2 these small chips take. Okay, so we're gonna go 60-50. Save that. F clock should still be 1600. We'll do it off screen. Okay. Moment of truth, kinda. Soon, soon. Okay, you have more faith in me than I have. Wow, it's like it's bugged. It keeps spitting out 2604. I don't get it. Crazy. Okay, I'm deleting these 7-zips. It's starting to annoy the shit out of me. Have I even saved an R50? Yeah, I do. I have a 2607. Okay, now it gets to the part. Okay, no, let's be disciplined about this. Let's do real time off screen. Maybe this is a Win 11 bench now. I don't know. Maybe this is Ali is onto something with his Win 11. Yeah, the chip is really good. Low. That just sounds wrong. Okay, that gave me a little bit more. Okay, we can save that. What am I? Let's go to the ranking again. I'm a bit perplexed. See, we're all the way down here, which is fine, but anyway. Overclocking is supposed to be a challenge, right? It's been too easy so far. So that's good. That seems good. Okay, so that helped a little bit. Now let's do perf bias, which I'm never certain about actually working from in here, but let's see. Let's try aggressive. Aggressive, and I'm never sure if I actually need to relaunch the bench, but I do it anyway because don't want to waste LN2 on something silly like that. Okay, that did precisely nothing. It may just love F clock. May just love F clock. I might come back to it, but I just, yeah, I'm not. I'm currently not that certain what exactly is going on there. I'm curious about how 7-zip will run. So let's give 7-zip a go, even though that probably likes F clock. Let's give it a go. Okay, my pot ran a bit dry there. Opposite problem. What did Allah run? $2200 F clock. That's pretty cool. Maybe the smart choice is to go for the W primes now. They're not going to be so big on F clock. Yeah, that'll be fun. Do 32M W prime 32M. Has he done it on win 7 though? Oh, that's gonna be tough to beat. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Let's give it a go. It's even the score in win 7. Okay, 2.2. Okay, I've decided while I was torching up the pot and considering life, like reflecting on life, that I'm going to try higher F clock. Again, now that I have that LN2 profile loaded, so I don't know why I want to go 1866, but I'm going to go 1866. This could be a fatal mistake, but let's see. It is a fatal mistake. minus 80, so at this point clear bias probably makes more sense than retry. 22. It's an unusual code to get. Okay, maybe go a bit more warmer than that. Let's do it power down and clear. Minus 50 now. Safe boot. Okay, what about something like 1800? How would that fare? Okay, it's not hanging on 07, so that's different. F9. Okay, I'm gonna go back to 1600 F clock, but I'm gonna do like whatever 4533 or something RAM and see how things go there. I didn't get much out of R15 with RAM frequency. Might need a bit more sock. It's only 1.35 in this profile. That's fine. I'll do 40. Sometimes this board is a bit funky. Like I'll do 4466. Safe boot. It's weird. Sometimes it's like you do so much more well, so much better. That's proper English. So much better than you expected that you kind of like not running out of things to do, but you're like, well, all of these like these 3 or 4 goals have already fallen, so now it's like I actually have to try more. What's another good CPU heavy bench? I mean, there's GPU Pi 3.3. Not many points in that though. Oh, do we wanna X265? I feel an X265 coming on. I mean, I'm a total sicko for wanting to do that, but yeah, I feel an X265 because I don't think that really cares so much about F clock. An X265 1080p coming on. Yeah. That's a post. running out of save positions. Percent X 1080p. I keep forgetting this kind of stuff. Gotta pull in the TW. Oh. Let's just go safe on everything. I think this is 12 as well. No way. Okay, let's just start pulling down, eh? That's what makes it fun, the inconsistency. Let's get more LN2. I just dropped over. I just toppled over my torch. Just a torch clattering, what's the expression? Bumping into my chiller, nothing concerning. I mean, let's do... We're not full pot yet, so let's not apply anything. Oh wait, do we even have... I haven't switched views. Do we have HBET on? That's the always a factor in this bench. I thought I'd enable it on this OS, but you never know. Yeah, it's on, so it's good. What are we aiming for? Total runtime of 24 seconds. That's good. FPS 45 per instance. What prio? Normal. That's normal. That's expected. Normal prio. Overkill mode. Apply and save the profile. It's all good. Whoa. Oh. Hello. sometimes you're lucky and you can hit reset and it does it. It doesn't cold boot bug. But yeah, no such luck here. I mean, could be RAM instability. What I'll have to do next is maybe it's a little bit more like this is kind of a hot bench, so maybe it's a little bit too much vCore. So I'll drop the vCore from 1.75 to 1.7, and I'll drop the core to 58x maybe because it's a short bench. That should be pretty safe settings. And then give it another run. I think maximum has to be set because my VDIM is 1.95. So we should be, I mean, we literally could be just like nowhere near stable settings. Okay. Is there even any point in Zorching yet? Okay. Okay, double check. That should be enough memory. Maybe keep an eye on. No, I think that's enough memory. Yeah, let's keep an eye on memory utilization. Let's go overkill mode. Okay, it's not an insta hang this time. Memory is totally fine. It's not a million miles away from first either, even though it's 200 megahertz down, which is kind of funny. Okay, so let's give that a quick save. I'm gonna compare. Yeah, instruction sets are the same, so that's good. Maybe it's too high V-core, so let's walk up the CPU 1 megahertz at a time. 100 megahertz, I mean. Let's try that. It's a heavy bench. I think that 50 millivolts might have been too much. 50 millivolts extra V-core. The scaling is just horrendous, isn't it? So we're trying to get to 90.47. Start including the Turbo V just for reference. What's even second place? Maybe that's what I'm aiming for. Oh, Shar has a good score as well. So now I'm down in fifth, sixth. Yeah, okay. Certainly a harder bench to score well on, isn't it? Let's do 50 megahertz steps. Still fine on the pot. That looks faster, but this bench also like incorporates a coefficient for how close the two runs were, so it's not always a simple addition of both runs. 89.0 blah blah blah. Okay, so that's fourth at least, ahead of benchmark, behind safe disk, which is presumably a launch day score. So let's add a motherboard tab just for a bit of flair. $89.073. Okay, so yeah, that extra V-core put us in a world of hurt. I mean, this kind of heavy bench, there may be even an argument to be made to drop down to 3 LLC, just to have a less extreme ramp up at the start there. Still going. This is 6G. This is what the SOD'd. After that, I'll do 25 megahertz steps. Still good. At least it's still scaling and not just wandering around aimlessly. Okay, that's looking like a 90 plus run. Are we ready for the reveal? Ah, the coefficient is fucking us, but we got half an FPS out of that. So now we're, well, we haven't moved up, but I mean, gotten closer to first. We just haven't moved up a rank. That's okay. Don't want everything to be easy today. So that passed, so let's save that. Let's do it. So we want over 45 on both sub runs, which we do have, but are we... That's not really even scaling all that much anymore, but it is still going up. 89 points. So really close to third now, but still behind Shar and Ali. But getting into that danger zone. Okay. Well, third ain't too bad. That was fun. That's obviously something where you would want to build like a good RAM profile and stuff to really challenge for first. But I'll take it. I'd like to just meme out a W prime run now before I end the stream. 1 minute 3 seconds is first for 1024, and it's only 60-50. And it's a win 11 run, it looks like, or win 10. Okay, that seems achievable. 1.75. I mean, that's the sort of bench where I'd go 1.8 even. Cheers. All right. Anywhere close to being able to Zorch this pot. Okay, let's grab some LN2 and then we'll Zorch. Ooh. High priority, yeah, on X265, yeah, but I'm like my my RAM is really loose on all that. There's a few things wrong there. Who PieFast? What's the PieFast record? I love me a little bit of PieFast. No. We said W prime. Let's do W prime. It should auto detect the threads. $60.50. So I'll probably need 6100. I'll do at least 7.5, if not 8. If I need 8, 1.8, then I'll do a 1.8. It's not an insta hang, that's always good. Pace seems okay. %, we'd want 30 seconds. Or 31. Okay, pretty much bang on. It's gonna be a barn burner. Anyone remember that Unreal Tournament map, barn burner? So much fun. "47 seconds, 75%, that's slow." Or we can always just bump it up 25 megahertz and rerun, and the reruns are usually good on W Prime. Ooh, beat him by like 600 milliseconds. That's nice. Blast from the past. Yeah, man, I'm old school. I don't really game anymore, so all of my gaming references are like, so the games that sort of, let me save the score before I just bullshit along. Okay, so that's saved. Let's maybe just even, I mean, it's W Prime. Why doesn't it do like 6150? Like it's just so light. I may regret this, but I'm going to try 6150. So the games from my youth are predictable. That might be the end of the stream. I think I'm at that point where my 18. Okay. Have I ever shown my viewers on stream? I'm at that point where my 18-liter is like, it's feeling like it's almost empty, but it really isn't. So if I were to keep going, it's like 9 p.m. already. I have to get up at like 5:30 tomorrow to get to work. So if I were to keep going, I might do a little bit of off-stream stuff now, but if I were to go, I literally just like maybe one play around. If I were to keep going, I'd be tempted to finish the Dure, and that would be like another hour, and then it just runs on. Yeah, the games of my youth were Dune 2, the first real-time strategy game ever, amazing. The somehow not Command & Conquer 1, but you know how it was pre-internet, like not everyone had every game because it was hard to distribute stuff, like even, you know, wares. But Command & Conquer Red Alert, the demo disc, which was included in a PC gaming mag. So Dune 2, Command & Conquer Red Alert demo, which my brother and I played ad nauseum. FIFA 98. I played a little bit of Quake 2, but mostly Quake 3 Arena, Unreal Tournament, Warcraft 2 I remember playing, Anno, like the original Anno, and like the game that came before that, which was Seedler 2. Those were like the early games, but then like the later stuff, I loved Max Payne, No One Lives Forever 1, legendary game, probably the best game of all time, and that's a big call. Warcraft 3, I'm still a huge fan of. Age of Empires 3, Age of Empires 1 and 2. I think I still own copies of both. That's what comes to mind. It's probably not everything, but that's what comes to mind. Like FIFA 98, that was, yeah, man. Like they're all just classics. Quake 3 Arena, just the engine and the movement and everything. Like when they sort of re-released it as um Quake Legends or something, as like a browser game that still launched as a normal game, I play that because just the mechanics of it are perfect. Super Mario on the Super Nintendo. All right, we're well past Quake Live. There you go. It's been so much fun. I'd love to keep going, but it's, yeah, I sort of started this stream a little bit late. But it's a great ship, and it's good to like get some good scores on stream for once. I mean, I did like 32M 8G, but the definitely the good LN2 streams are few and far between. Good ambient streams, yeah, there are some. So, cheers, and thanks for watching. It's been a blast. I've still got 235 liters full, plus whatever's left of this 18. So maybe in like a week's time, I might stream again. But it's been fun. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, and all that.